go, I can uninstall it as well, and I can share it with someone as well. As I was telling, that just sharing functionalities. So now you can see the link is copied, and then if I'm going to share it with anyone, they can access it. So that's how different roles and permissions and things work. For example, say that I want career coach. So what I can do is I can click on it, and from here I can install it. For example, I have idea coach which is installed, and I can open it. I can see how it is built, what permissions it has, and that's how I can use it. That like you see here, AI meeting notes, a lot of people use AI meeting notes for just getting notes from all the meetings that they are doing. I can add it, and it is added, and here it is, and I can pin it, so now it will just be always present here. So these are some of the agents that are already there, and you can use them for things that if you have any generic request or any generic services that you are trying to take advantage of, then you can use them. But if you're trying to build something specific, and if you want to give in your own inputs, your own files, then it is recommended to you create your own agent. And that's what we will do now. So for example, I can click on create agent, and it'll bring me to this interface. Here, if I want to see all my previous agents, I can go to my agents, and it could show me all the agents that I have created. For example, I've created one agent which could give me some investment advice. I have created a writing coach. I can always go there and actually edit these as well, and I can delete them as well. For example, I can edit this new um, agent. It says new agent, and I could say that test agent. And if I'll add all the other details to it, it'll give me a new agent. For example, let me say that this agent should give some creative marketing campaign ideas for healthcare firm. And here also, if I type the same thing, Uh, so here, this is what I was talking about, knowledge base. Here, I could either add any names, any URL that I want them to take. For example, take the first feedback from there. For example, it says prioritize the knowledge sources you added for agent knowledge base queries. So whatever you are adding here would be the first knowledge base that this agent will refer to. If you don't have any such agent, any such knowledge base, then you can let it and research the entire web. And you can always click on this button to prioritize whatever links you are saving here. If you don't have any links, then this is of no point, then you can just keep it off. You can always have image generator option if you want to generate images. You can have code interpreter as well if you want to, if you are doing some coding, and if even if you're not doing coding, you just have a code that you want me to simplify for you, so you can have code interpreter. And here you can write some prompts, right? For example, I say that it could give us a, from here you can add a suggested prompt. It could be like say that okay, um for example, I want the title would be of the prompt is campaign idea, right? Campaign ideas. And here in the message I could just say that give me 3 bullets for effective campaign strategies. So whatever I'm going to write here, it'll come here, and for example, if I click on it, it'll just give me that as here, like you can see. So if I click on it, it'll display it here, and I can, from here I can ask it like what is it doing now, because we haven't, one second. Okay, now it's, so here it is giving me some 3 ideas. Now you can see that this is some very generic strategies, because I have just added that I want campaign ideas for a healthcare firm, right? So it is giving me these kind of ideas. Now if I say that my firm is focusing on clients in remote areas in India, and then now it's auto saved, and then I'm going to ask the same question again. Let's see what it says. See, here is the message. It says agent refreshed. So because I've changed the agent, that's why it's giving me. Okay, 1 second, let me refresh it. Okay, so now we'll go to all agents. We'll go to create agent to see the agents that we've already built. And then, so this is our test agent. We'll go here and then we will ask it, give me 3 bullets. And let's see. So whatever I've saved here, it's saved. And see. Now it is giving me very creative names and ideas. Sehat Gadi, WhatsApp Health Buddy Program, Healthy Heroes. So that's how train local units or ASHA workers. It is also telling me what kind of workers I want to train. So that's how you can actually combine and customize your inputs, and that's how you will see more refreshed outputs that will be shared, right? So this is just an example, and this is how you can see different areas. Like if you are using a premium version of Copilot, you will see even more options to have like more better, like here the customization will also have you include SharePoint stuff and everything. Right now I've not added any SharePoint links to it, that's why it's not showing me an option, but I can add Google Docs, SharePoint, Outlooks, and it will show me all those options here as well. So and you can see from here I can send feedback, I can delete it as well. So that's how basic Copilot Studio works. And here you can see you can actually change the icon also. There's something called I don't know if I've shown to you guys. There's something called visual interpreter, and that helps you to design great pictures for icons and everything. You can obviously design it here also in simple chat. But yes, that for example I say that design a logo for me that is focused on marketing for healthcare, and it'll just give me some good answers. So now it's trying to build it. Let's see. That should not be very. So till the time it's building, let's go back to my slide. Okay, it's almost there. I'm gonna stop sharing and going back to my previous slides to just kind of summarize what we were discussing earlier. Okay, so here, okay, sorry. Okay, so we will go back there, but here I just want to discuss quickly around careers in agentic AI. We all say that, okay, this is going to take some jobs, but that's not true. It's actually going to create a lot of new jobs as well. AI agent developers, AI architects, AI product managers, robotics and autonomous system engineers. We will also need people who are actually managing these AI agents, because if there would be like 50 agents, we would need people to manage AI agents. That would also be one kind of a project manager kind of role. Agentic app developers, enterprise AI agent implementers. So there would be a lot of new roles opening as well. What you want to do is just want to make sure that you are relevant to the AI world, and you're actually just keeping a track of what is happening, what is new coming, what kind of tools are coming, what kind of frameworks are being used, what kind of models are used. And if you are even high level aware of them, then also it'll give you a huge I would say a huge leap in terms of saving your job and actually applying for these new careers in terms as compared to the other workforce out there. And that brings me to my next step, as one of you also asked, like how we can get certificates and stuff. Before even going for certificates, I would recommend you guys to just go through ethical AI design and governance, how it all works, intent recognition and problem decomposition. Because even like I was talking to this other guy who is actually hiring for someone who could build who could just manage like the whole AI agent development process, like a lead person. And the kind of questions they asked was like, can you suggest a prompt for it? Of course, there are AI prompt builders too, but they just wanted to see like how creative the person is in terms of like how well they can define a problem, how well they can describe what they want. And that are the kind of questions that will be asked to you. So it's really important that you actually see intent recognition and problem decomposition there. Debugging and troubleshooting autonomous systems is another bigger job area that is gonna come, because when you have so many agents, someone would be needed to see, oh, why the agent is not working, what happened, why is it giving vague outputs, something is wrong with it. So troubleshooting and debugging is another big field that is going to come. AI and ML frameworks, I would say, is a good to know. I won't say that okay, dive deeper if you don't know about AI ML, and if you don't want to go in that field, but even a basic knowledge of that would be helpful. API integration is another main part. APIs would be used for almost everything, because anytime you're creating anything and you're integrating it with something, you will use APIs to integrate them. So it's really important to have some basic knowledge around APIs too. And then the last and the most important point is networking in the AI community. If you're actually networking in this community, because it's a very niche community right now, and if and it'll go bigger and bigger. So if you are networking and if you are there from the first day, you would see what advancements are coming, how other people are progressing towards it, how other people are learning it, how they're leading it, and that will give you an edge, as compared to other people, other peers out there. So that's something that you can start with. Now, coming to certificates, Microsoft itself has a lot of certificates in this area. You can go for them. Then there are, I think, Howard also recently launched something in agentic AI. I would share the link. I have to search for it. That is also a very good course if you want to start it. MIT is also doing something in it. Princeton is giving a great course for this one, and it is a 6 weeks course, I guess. So you can go ahead and learn that also. They're actually giving some licenses as well as part of that course. So yeah, I'll share those links as well. And now you guys can actually drop in questions, because that brings us to the end of the presentation. Let me see if our logo is ready. I'm just going to show you quickly that, and then we will take any other questions if you guys might have. So, okay, so here is the logo. Here it's ready. It says that okay, it's focused on healthcare. Now you can see it's just combining campaigning and healthcare and giving me a logo. What you guys can do is try designing a logo and then start giving one pointed adjustments to it. For example, here I've just said give me a logo for campaigning, marketing in healthcare. What if I say that healthcare in a particular country, healthcare in a particular language, or healthcare for just mental, like just mental health, focus on mental health, or focus on nutrition, then you will see how this logo will keep on changing, and that will show you like how your prompts are changing and your outputs will also change based on that. So that brings us to the end of the presentation, and now I'm gonna stop sharing. Over to you, Naila, if you want to bring some questions to us. Naila, Mohit, anyone? I cannot see the questions, so if you guys can tell me if there are any questions.
Just wait a minute. If anyone has any question, they can raise their hand and we will invite you to join the live. Anyone is having any question, they can join the live with us.
Thank you, Sanjay. And I also see another message in the chat from Urban around, I think it's N8, and I think you've written Notion, I guess. I don't know if it is something else, probably. I don't know about it, but yeah. Basic agent for resume. That's a great one. I think others can also use this agent, because resume review is something which everyone needs these days. So if anyone is wondering what it is,
So
I can
any
just.
question for from anyone's side?
Sure. Let me just. So I see one question, Naila, from Sanjay. Can you please
Okay.
put some light to differentiate between Gen AI and agentic AI? Well, absolutely, Sanjay, and that's a good question. I would say, I would say that it's really not. Don't think of it as a differentiation or something. It is more towards what the focus is. For example, Gen AI focuses on content creation, while agentic AI focuses on autonomous task completion and decision making. Gen AI is just telling you, like, it just learns from the data and generate new content like text, images, or code. But like agentic AI actually uses its intelligence, whatever we are giving to it, whatever goals we are designing, whatever action plans we are giving, it is actually using that and making something new for us. Gen AI can actually give you something which is like already existing there. It's just seeing a lot of data sets and giving you some new content based on that. But agentic AI, you are just making something new out of it, you're just building it. You are telling it what to do, it's not someone else. And sometimes you're not even telling the agent with agentic AI, sometimes you're just telling them not to even browse the web because you're grounding them from, like, browsing the web. So that's another big difference. Generative AI is always like searching the web for so many data sets and telling everything. But agentic AI is more focused upon what you want to do. If I want just my particular documents to be analyzed, I'll just give it that. For example, I just want my research paper to be seen. I don't want other research papers, what inputs they are having. So that's how they both play a different role. I hope that answers your question. Thank you, Pratima. So any other questions, or we can just wrap it up? Okay, then over to you, Naila.
Okay, Tanya, that was really a marvelous session. We all loved it. And previously, also, your session was quite a nice one on the same topic, agentic AI.
Well, no, it was with Power BI and powered basically AI powered business analyst.
Yeah,
That's more focused towards my particular role that I had for these many years. So yeah, thank you.
okay, thank you. So let's invite another speaker if there's no question from there. And any question from anyone's end because Tanya will be leaving the stage. So maybe you have the great opportunity to join live and ask her questions. There's one more question, Tanya. What is the key difference between Microsoft Copilot and other generative AI tools like ChatGPT or Google Gemini, especially in terms of business or productivity use?
That's a very good question. And I just remember, like, I recently actually wrote an article about that only. Like, I asked all the agents, like, and in fact, these were the only three that I asked, like Gemini, Copilot, and ChatGPT. Like, what is it that you have and the other two don't have? And all of them gave me very different answers. Copilot was the one that gave me like more colorful answer and more focused towards just Copilot. And then ChatGPT also told me like where other agents would give a better answer. So the approach was different between all three of them. Like ChatGPT gave me an answer where it also told me that okay, these might be the places where other agents could be better than me. But Copilot just had this thing like, okay, I am doing this, I'm doing that, why I would be the better agent for anything. Then Gemini also gave a good comparison between all three agents, and it told me like, oh, this agent is good in this agent is good in this. So they, even if you ask them a basic question, and the answers that they are giving, based on their answers also you can differentiate like how these agents are really different from each other. But on a very that's something which is an experimental thing. But uh, apart from that, I would say that just depends upon the requirements that you have. For example, if you are trying to write a research paper, right? So that involves heavy analysis and a very deep knowledge, and deep data sets should be compared. For that particular thing, I would recommend Gemini, because Gemini is have like it is processing much larger data sets and sources. It's going through a lot of many sources as compared to both Copilot and ChatGPT. So if you are really diving into the research areas, and if you want to go deep into anything, then Gemini is definitely one of the best tools for out there. If you want to go for agentic processes, and then just like building something colorful, visual, and you also want to add images to it, you want to integrate it with all the other documents out there, especially if you're using Microsoft Suite as well, and then you want to integrate it all together, and you want to have it added with Zapier or Notion kind of tools as well, then Copilot would be a best fit, because it's very flexible and very like streamlined, and the collaboration between different applications and how they're connected with each other, that's very feasible, and I would say very very smooth within Copilot. It is possible in ChatGPT as well, but I just feel like for in my personal opinion, it's just more smoother in Copilot. And ChatGPT is more for everyday usage. Like if I want to just search, tell me this, tell me something about what happened today, tell me about this particular thing, give me an answer of this, review my speech, give me a like elevator deck, elevator pitch for my upcoming interview or something like that. That all those daily usage things, I would say ChatGPT is good, because it is a very simple interface, and it does not even require you to log in. You can just go there, type your question, and it gives you the answers. With Copilot and other tools, you might have to have some Microsoft account or something to have the to actually access the good features. Otherwise it just provides a simple search engine. So if you want to have like daily usage, which is not very focused towards anything, and it's just in generic in nature, then ChatGPT is good. But if you are looking into more focused areas like agentic AI or research, then Gemini and Copilot could be better tools. And since we are discussing that, I'm just going to write another tool that I would love for you guys to explore and send me some feedback. Like this is mindstudio.ai, another good tool to create agents. And one of the agents that I created from it was that it already had, I just had to implement it on my screen. Like I love to see YouTube videos. What it used to do was, whenever I open a YouTube video, the icon appears, I click on that icon, and it summarizes the entire video for me. So I don't have to waste like 20 minutes looking at it, I just have to see the summarized content. That's another great platform out there to build AI agents and to see like how prompts and everything is working. If you guys get time, just go through it, and I'm pretty sure you will love it. Firecrawl is another great tool for people who are looking to get into the data scraping kind of field and like analyze the data further. So that is also a great tool, you can try that too. And if you have any issues, or if you're finding any difficulty in like trying any new tool, feel free to reach out to me. Would love to help you guys. I hope that answers your question, whoever it is, Naila. I just saw another
Yeah.
question.
So Shrey is
Yes.
also asking, ma'am, there is another question. So
Yeah.
she has mentioned about, isn't Perplexity Pro still better than Gemini on research, or has this notion changed with arrival of Gemini 2.5 Flash and Pro models?
So, yes, Abhijit, and definitely Perplexity Pro is also good. I have used that also, but I again, I feel like depends upon how everyone is perceiving different responses. For me, when I have like wrote a lot of things using both these models, I personally found Gemini 2.5 really good, and it was very detailed. And whatever prompts I was giving to it, the way it was like even. Like bringing coalescing all the data together and collating it into a format, whatever format I'm giving it, I just found it very attractive and very well written, very well documented and organized as compared to Perplexity Pro as well. And definitely Gemini previous models were okayish, but 2.5 Flash is really good. And I've also tried Gemini Pro, which is even better. So I think, according to me, I find it better. But definitely everyone have their own opinions. I don't want to put a generic statement out there, but yes, in my personal opinion, I prefer using Gemini for research. So I hope that covers all the questions.
So, any more questions before we switch to another speaker? Okay, Shivansh, you can join us. Shivansh, it would be nice if you could accept my request to join the stage.
Hi ma'am.
Hi, Shivansh.
Hi ma'am. Actually, I'm a BBA student and I want to ask while we have access to the free version of ChatGPT and a 1 year free trial of Gemini Pro, both of which offer many advanced features like it's challenging to use the Microsoft Copilot Studio as a long term due to its limited access and relatively it is higher in pricing also.
So are you a student, Shivansh?
Yes,
If
yes
you're
ma'am.
a student, you can actually use your university email ID for Microsoft account, and that will give you the access to Copilot Studio. Mostly, I definitely not premium features, but a lot of
Actually, ma'am,
discounted.
my university didn't provide me any Microsoft ID.
Okay.
And sincerely, I honestly I am speaking that I am using ChatGPT for a while and also taken up Gemini Pro version for 1 year as it is free for 1 year free trial.
And have you made any agents from them?
Yes, through Gems
Two gems. Okay.
like prompt writer and
Yeah.
all, and
So
for my
definitely.
coding.
Definitely, I agree. That is one challenge. If you don't have a Microsoft account, then definitely a lot of services are restricted. But that's something which, it's definitely not in our hands. But if you have it, then it is for agentic AI, it's a much better tool. I would say. I don't know how much you've used it, but uh, in my personal opinion, I feel like the process is like really easier from it. And as I said, there are other options too, like MindStudio.ai. If you use that one, that is also having a lot of good features in the basic version, and you can use that one also to like use it and see like what kind of features it offers. And I understand that it is challenging to use, but that's the point, right? You have so many tools that you don't have to sit for one that is not available. If you have others, you can obviously practice with them. You can learn around them. But I'll tell you one interesting story. There's this guy. I I met in one of the conferences in the US, and he actually wanted to explore all of the Microsoft content, and he sent out an email to someone. I don't know how he got to that email address and how he found it, maybe from LinkedIn or something. But they actually gave him some free version because he requested to them that this is the problem he's facing, but he's very enthusiastic, and he to like the story he narrated was so good, and maybe the people at Microsoft were impressed or whatever. But they actually offered him an account, and they actually gave him some version to play around it and see like how things work. So there's no harm in trying and reaching out to them if you really want to explore and you want to see, and you have some kind of hardships or something where you cannot really afford to go for a premium version or something like that. You can always reach out to these communities and people, and a lot of people actually on even on LinkedIn, they offer free and premium accounts to everyone to if they want to play around it and access different agents and AI tools. So just go ahead and navigate around a bit in the communities and everywhere. Probably you would find someone who can get you some access to it, and you can actually see like how it works and everything.
Yes, I just if I talk personally, that I have always enjoyed the using some Microsoft tools like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and I'm quite familiar with the Office ecosystem. I really like the way everything integrates smoothly. However, I am still new to the Microsoft Copilot,
Mhm.
so I am curious to learn how it values to my future.
Yeah. No, I'll. In fact, since you've told me, I would also see if in my community, anyone is offering that kind of, if they are offering any licenses or anything, because a lot of people offer licenses to Microsoft products. So if anyone in my personal community is offering, I would definitely, let you know, and you can try and access it and see how it works for you.
Okay, thanks for sharing the thoughts
Thank you.
and insight.
Thank you. So I think we are done, Naila. Don't see any other questions.
Yeah. So, Shivansh, any other question from your end?
No,
Okay, so you can leave the stage now. So, any other person with a question? I hope all questions are covered now.
Okay, so
And
should I just remove myself from stage, or how is it gonna go,
yeah,
Naila?
you can just leave the stage. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you so much for inviting me, and thank you everyone for listening to me. It was great being here. Thank you.
Yeah, so I see two people have raised their hands. I'm inviting one by one to you.
Hello.
Yeah, please proceed, Pawan.
Are you from Microsoft?
Yeah,
Are you from Microsoft, sir?
Hi,
warm welcome,
hi
Akriti.
Mohit. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. Hi Naila, hi Mohit, hi everyone.
Hello. Yeah, you can proceed with your sessions now.
Yeah. So it's a disclaimer before I proceed. My throat is upset, so just bear with me. So hi again. I am Akriti Garwal. I am a Microsoft MVP as well as an AI engineer at IBM. And welcome you guys to the Power BI Connect. I am thrilled to be here celebrating the 10 years of Power BI. And I think it's a huge milestone for any of the feature that comes out from Microsoft or any other company that to survive for 10 years. So huge kudos to Power BI. So Today, we are diving into the exciting world of agentic AI with the Autogen framework. I hope many of you guys have worked around with Autogen, but if you're not, then we'll dive deep inside what is Autogen, how to work with it. So, whether you're a fresher just starting with Power BI and Autogen, even like agentic AI thing, or an experienced data scientist, this session will show you how AI agents can supercharge your research. So, let's get started. I would I would love to have you guys engage throughout this session. So I would love if you guys drop a hello in the YouTube chat to let us know that you guys are here. I hope everyone will do. So again, I am Akriti Agarwal, and beside my title, I write Medium blogs. That is a like complete series that is AI not that easy, where I cover tutorials of all the cutting edge AI technologies, as well as I'm a speaker, LinkedIn top voice, and also I have wrote down one research paper that is on IEEE and presented the research papers on big conferences all over the world. So that is my introduction. So I hope you have seen this slide before, but I'll just give you a very quick recap on this. So you need to follow three simple steps. First, subscribe to the YouTube channel, that is Power BI Club UP, that you can see on the screen. Attend the session, and third is like complete the final step and win the badge. So there is also one day to win challenge. Submit the reviews, and therefore you can win the swags as well. So this is like you can see and just check it out. So let's start with the 30 minutes of session. So here's a roadmap for the next 30 minutes. We'll start with an introduction to Autogen, a power that is a powerful framework for multi-agent AI. Then we will cover our learning objectives, explore Autogen capabilities, and dive into its role as a scientific research data analyzer. You will see a step by step workflow, a real world example, and a live demo showing how Autogen ensures like data quality and mitigates biases. And we'll wrap up with the Q&A and also like tip to earn your credentials and even certifications. So I hope that sounds good, and we can start with. Before going, what is Autogen? I just want everyone make it interactive. If you have any question, just write it down. We'll cover all the question later on. And after almost all the slide, I'll throw one question to you guys so that I'll get to know, okay, like, have you guys worked before? Or if you have worked before but have some issues with that, or you haven't worked before but you are curious about this. So we'd love to take all that questions and even your curiosity. So let's start it. What exactly is Autogen? Imagine the scenario that you are a data scientist working on a critical research project. You need to analyze the data, check for quality issue, detect bias, and even generate the report. So traditionally, you will do this all alone, or maybe like a particular proper team setup is there. Am I right? So that's what we used to do. But now, what if I tell you that you could have a team of AI specialists working with you, one expert focusing on the data analysis, another checking for the biases, a third ensuring the data quality, and the fourth writing a beautiful report, and all of this in a collaborative manner. That sounds so amazing, and that sounds like impossible, but that's what agents come into the picture. That's what multi-agent AI system we all talk about from the past one and more than 1 year. So this is what Autogen does. So it's a Microsoft open source framework that creates multiple AI agent that can talk to each other, collaborate, and even solve complex problems together. Think of it as instead of like one super smart AI trying to do everything, just like your chat GPT, you have a specialized team where each member is an expert in their field, just like we see in the real companies. Like one team focuses on the front end, one team focuses on the back end, one team focuses on the testing part. So just like that, you can have your own team of AI who are expert in their field. They can collaborate with each other. So that's why like we can see we have the most flexibility and the scalability.
Okay, so Kirti, we have one. uh, hand raise. So may I add him to the live for
Yeah,
a
sure.
question?
Sure.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ashish, maybe you can just type your question in the chat if you can join the live.
Naila, do you want me to take all the questions at the end?
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. So where was I? So flexibility, yeah. So using the multi-agent AI system, you will have the highest flexibility of uh, taking up like the agents, defining their role, goals, and even the task. You can scale them up to make the highly effective AI solution. Because of their collaborative nature, you can make agents to work together on a complex task. That's why the whole thing is a game changer. Autogen is a game changer for the agentic AI. Now, Autogen shines in ensuring data quality and fairness, and that's what we are going to talk about in this whole session. That is how Autogen helps to enhance the data integrity and fairness. Because we all know about agents, but we also know that there is something called data integrity that is very important when you are working for a high level clients or a big companies, where data is gold. Like data is gold from the starting of the days. So that's where like we wanted to bring Autogen, which can enhance the data integrity and fairness. So Autogen shines in ensuring data quality. Its agent like act like a lab assistant, fetching data with tools like pandas and spotting issues like outlier or missing values in real time. So you can detect issues like missing values immediately. Then mitigating biases with multi-agent reflections. So a reflection agent you can put to check for issues like sampling bias. Say if your patient data overpresents one demographics, then maybe you can just to ensure that decision, you can just mitigate the biases with multi-agent reflection agents. Human oversight then validates the finding, ensuring ethical outcomes. So what is human oversight? That is nothing but, in a simpler term, human in the loop. So you can put yourself in the agentic whole thing, so that if you can go through the whole thing that what agent is doing, and if you see that okay, this is something it is going wrong, you can just put your comment on that. It will reanalyze everything, give like based on your comment, it will reanalyze everything, and it guarantees to have a ethical decision making process. This is critical for the studies like cancer drug trial, or even the finance in the research field, where fairness is matters. And for the freshers, imagine like Autogen catching errors before they mess up your analysis. And for pros, I mean pros like experienced people, it's like having a peer reviewer built into your workflow. So anyone who is dealing with the data, they can just use Autogen. So my question to you all guys is like, has anyone that who has used Autogen or any other thing with respect to Gen AI has deal with the biased data before? So put your answers in the comment and we can just look into that in afterwards. Next slide is Autogen architecture. So this is very important because like after this we are going to deep dive into the demo. So I would love you to understand what architecture we are going to follow in the whole demo. So the first is agent. We have speaking about agent like from the slide one, or maybe like you guys are listening from the since the morning. So what exactly agent is? Agent is nothing but that you let's suppose like you have a teammate who is just employed in your team. That person is joined with some job role, with some task, with some uh, I would say like some tasks, some roles, and like there should be some goal as well behind that person. And your because that person is hired in your team, that person should bring out some outcome as well. So that's what agent is. So you are hiring an agent in a way that you are hiring an AI who will work as an agent, let's suppose a research agent, whose work will be like to do the research. Whether you can throw any topic to it, it will do the research and it will provide the output to you. So that's what agent is. Next is integration of LLM. So if you have agent, but you need to integrate it with some advanced reasoning capabilities so that agents could work well uh, based on your use cases. Next is tool access. What is tool access? Let's suppose you are asking um, agent, okay, like what happened recently all over the world. So now AI don't have the current capability. AI don't have the like latest news what is happening all over the world. But if you provide the tools that can go and scrape the data from news websites, or maybe like from even from GitHub repositories or whatever it is, so based on that, you the agent will give you the correct information that what is happening across the world. So that is tool access. Next is human feedback. As I have mentioned before, that human feedback is very crucial because it validates the output of the agent. And if you feel like the agent is doing something wrong, it is providing some wrong output, you just put the comment, it will reanalyze everything to ensure the quality and the fairness in the result. Next is modular design. So Autogen, uh, Autogen is very popular when it comes to the modular design because it supports like customizable workflow that is tailored for like various applications for various use cases. The last but not the least is the collaborative problem solving. That is what we are talking from the starting. That multi-agent system that Autogen supports like the collaborative way so that agent can communicate with each other more efficiently. And also we can provide like the checks for the quality and the biases that we'll talk about in the demo, but this is like the overall architecture of the Autogen. We'll talk about more in the demo, that is group chat, nested chat, and all sort of things in the demo. So this is like the overall architecture of any agentic framework that you guys know, maybe like other CreoI, LangChain, or anything. This is the like overall architecture that every agentic framework follows. Now comes to how we are going to improve. Like, so the use case I'm going to touch upon is like scientific research with AI solutions. So how we are going to use this? So first is analyzing the data. So the process begins with examining the data to generate the hypothesis and scientific inquiries for the research purpose. Then Autogen removes outliers. So we'll put one agent explicitly to remove the to filter out the noisy data, such as like uh, I would say extra spaces, white spaces, or maybe like some outliers. Also, it ensures to enhance the quality of the input data, so that because you guys have heard one thing, that is garbage in, garbage out. Garbage is nothing but like data. If you're providing good data, even the bad LLM, like a very small, not bad, even a very small LLM would work excellently with that. But if you provide a very messy data to a bigger LLM as well, it will give you some random, even it will hallucinate a lot. So it is very important when you're dealing with AI that your data, that whatever the data you are providing, that should be cleaned, filter out. You must have heard of this word, that is data preprocessing. So you need to do the data preprocessing before throwing all the data directly to the LLM. Then comes reflection agent to check for the biases. So we'll build one reflection agent that will ensure that there should be no potential sampling biases, to ensure the results are like representative and fair across all the demographics, because like we'll be using scientific research, so it should be I would say fair across, like the data should be fair and there should be no biases. Then comes expert validation of hypothesis. Human expert plays a very crucial role by validating the generated hypothesis. So this ensures that only the credible findings are considered for publications. Next is outcome, that is like unbiased discoveries. So we combine the efforts of autogen and reflection agent that lead together to accurate and unbiased scientific discoveries. And the last is faster reliable research outcome. This like basically you are giving the summary in a very streamlined manner that speed up the research but also ensures that the scientific outcomes are dependable and free from the biases. So whatever I have talked about, maybe you haven't get now, but when we'll deep dive into the demo, then I think you guys know what I'm talking about. So now it's a demo time. Can you see the screen? Naila, can you just give me
Yes, it's visible.
the VS Code?
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And is it visible, like the text is visible, or should I increase the font size?
Yes, code is also visible.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Naila. So it's demo time. We'll use Autogen to analyze a cancer drug trial data set with 500 patients across three hospitals, and we'll check if the drug outcome outperforms standard treatment while ensuring data quality and fairness. So this is like the overall idea of the use case that I will be talking about. So all right, let's get started. So this is the like huge code. I'll put this code into the GitHub and we'll paste a link in the slide so that you guys can refer this code later on. But I'll just give an overview of what is happening over here. So first is we will install Autogen, Pandas, like the basic libraries. Will this here is like pip install for everything. Then we have LLM configuration. Basically, like I'm using model that is GPT 4.1 mini. You can use any model that is maybe GPT 4 turbo or any model, or even other than like OpenAI, you can use other models as well, other LLM models as well. Here you provide the API key here and just get started with this. So I mentioned that we are dealing with 500 patients of data set across three hospital over 12 months. So we are just generating this data over here. We don't have actual data. So uh, here is like you are just defining uh, to make a specific like a realistic real data that could be a real pharmaceutical study. So that is basically what here it is happening. So let's create our first agent. That is the main thing. So we are importing Autogen. First agent is the researcher. So here we are defining the agent's personality and the expertise. This is like again I'm saying this is like hiring a specialist. So you have a researcher specialist, first specialist. For our experienced audience, like notice the system message that we have here. This is where like we define the agent's behavior and expertise. And for freshers, if I would say, then think of this as the job description. So for which you are going to be hired in the future. So this is something like that. So for the researcher, this is the job description that you are a research scientist and you should analyze experimental data, identify the patterns and all sort of this. Next, we create, similarly, we are going to create other agents. Like first is bias checker. So this is like, this agent ensures like we have a quality control. And in real research, like bias can completely invalidate results. So this agent specific looks for those issues. And then we have like our data quality. So data quality again ensures like it will have a data completeness, accuracy and consistency. So similarly, like you can, this is just one use case. You can go and change as per your use case to maybe content creation use case to like finance use case or something like that. It's just a template that I'm going to put it on GitHub. So these are the three agents, three specializations. Now let's see the next agent, that is reflection agent, that I was talking about a lot. So this agent basically ensures that this basically reviews your scientific research for quality and the biases. So it provides a constructive feedback to improve research validity. So it is basically identifying specific data quality issues, missing values, outlier detection, consistency check. So this is like what it is going to check. And this reflection agent is why it is necessary for any agentic framework that you're going to use, because this will always ensures, okay, in a very streamlined way, your agents are following a very good path. And if it is not, then reflection agent is always there to reflect, to give it a constructive feedback to you. Now comes to this, so quality check. When I talk about the quality check, so it basically analyze the statistical methods and provide you the concrete insights. So this is nothing but, when you have a reflection agent just give you, okay, like that will give you constructive feedback, but quality check will give you the actual uh, like check based on the quality of the like data that we are doing, because here we are generating the data, here we don't have the data. But if even if you have the data, you will just put the quality check and it will do the quality check for you, data quality check for you. And even you have a bias detection, so similarly you will this will notify, okay, what are the biases that is happening in your current workflow. You can improve that, or maybe agent will help you to improve this. So once I ran this whole thing, here you can see it is going one by one. Data quality assessment. It is doing EDA. EDA, if you don't know that, it is very necessary when you are dealing with the data. So EDA is nothing but exploratory data analysis, where it will do the data pre-processing. Then it is identifying, okay, what are the potential biases we are dealing with current implementation. These are the statistical analysis, where it is showing the primary outcome, hypothesis, statistical test. And here the best thing is that it is giving you the adjustments that you what you can do. And then finally the reporting and summary recommendation. So here you see that, would you like to provide the data or further specify the outcome to proceed. So it is like it will give you a one pop-up over here, where you can just put, okay, like if you are providing the data, just say yes. If you're not providing the data, just enter. So it is just asking like, uh, should it go with the research prompt, like here what we have given, or are you providing the data. So based on that, it will just go and create some random data and give you the whole overall summary of this, what is happening. Now next is like this is same that we have talked about reflection agent. Next is human in the loop. That's what we were talking about. So when you run this, again a pop-up will come that will ask you, whatever the agents are doing at the moment, are you satisfied with that? If not, if you want any changes to do in the agentic flow at the moment, you just put the comment. It will reanalyze everything, it will redo everything based on the comment that you are putting, plus the prompt that you have given before that, system messages and the agentic prompt and even the research prompt. So that's why like human in the loop is very important, especially when you're dealing with very critical data, that is like, for suppose like this use case, that is cancer analysis. So that's why like human in the loop is very important. Then comes group chat. That is what Autogen just won in the race of agentic AI. So group chat is nothing but, it allows the agents to chat with each other. So for suppose like there are four agents, the like user, proxy agent, researcher, bias checker, and data quality. So they can just start here, like even you can put just one message over here, so that they can start with that particular message. Even if it is not there, what it ensures that all the agents can chat with each other, so that there is a complete transparency between all the agents. if user proxy is doing something that researcher agent don't want, so it will just clearly say to the user proxy, okay, I don't want this information, you can skip this. So these things help when, again I'm saying, when you are dealing with very critical data, even not critical data, even if you think of a content creation, then user, maybe you have written one, okay, write a LinkedIn post for me on agentic AI, but user proxy start with, okay, what from the evolution of the AI, how, when it started, when the NLP started or something like that. So that researcher don't want, researchers just want what is agentic AI. So researchers just say that user proxy that I don't want this information, just give me the agentic AI information, that's it. So this is what group chat is. Next is yeah, so here you can see the example. So bias checker is messaging to researcher that you just this with this prompt, then researcher is uh, again replying to the bias checker, this is like what it is doing. So similarly, like for the whole thing, like they can just go to and fro, researcher to bias checker and bias checker to researcher or something, or any other agent that you're putting. So with all this ensures that, okay, things are not going wrong anyway. Now comes the next, that is nested chat. So what it is, from nested you can, you guys could know, because we all are from the CS background. Nested is nothing but like one parent have one or more child, so something like that. So or maybe like a very good example, I would say, a manager would have like more than one employees, and each employee or each team have their own particular set of tasks to do. Maybe a manager have the front end team, back end team, testing team. So every team have their respective work to do, and they all go and like report to one particular manager. So that is what nested chat or nested like this hierarchy looks like. So this is what it is. And then yeah, so like this is the complete thing that we like this code do. So it gives you a very comprehensive summary of cancer patients that is across 3 hospitals across the globe, and it ensures that it should not be demographically biased to one country, maybe like to India, if I'd say. Like most of the, like, let's suppose like it is taking more data from the India side other than like other countries. So that is also like biased nature, because it will give you more data on the Indian patient history, which is very different from any other country. So based on this, you can have this bias reality check every time. Coming back to the slides, I hope you have understood what Autogen is, how to write Autogen agents, and what are the other features like group chat, nested chat, and even how you can put the human in the loop format, like logic into your current implementation. So now I'll just recap everything. So now they are working as a team. The manager coordinates the conversation, ensuring each agent contributes their expertise. So this is where Autogen shines. Instead of like isolated response, we get a collaborative intelligence. That's what like group chat helps to make it possible. Now comes to the quality reality check. That is like implementing AI that comes with challenges. But here's why Autogen is different. Learning curve. So the our code is very conversational and intuitive, that you guys have seen, but definitely it requires time and effort for the setup. But it's one time setup, then you can just put uh, like I'll just give you this code, you can just put your use case, maybe content analysis, content creation or something like that, and then it's ready to go. Ethic concerns. So its built-in bias detection agents are there already in the Autogen. That's what I have used in the code. Need transparency. So every agent conversation is visible, so you can just see what is happening. Even if you want to put your comment in that, just put human in the loop format into this, so that it ensures that there should be human uh, in charge for any of your agent, because that is very important. Because nowadays we see agent, whatever we build agent, we give a full control to the agent, but as soon as you put human in the loop, it ensures that human is in charge of this. So Autogen does not just give you powerful AI. So it gives you basically your, it gives you responsible, transparent, and manageable AI. So that's the difference between Autogen and any other agentic framework. So next up is connect with me on LinkedIn. But before that, for freshers, I would love if you start with Autogen documentations. And even you can go to deeplearning.ai course of Autogen. That is very excellent course. There you can actually deep dive into what Autogen is, and like how to define the agents. Like this, the whole code that I have even written, that is completely inspired from that course. And how to do the group chat, human in the loop, nested chat, and even add memory to the agent, that is all been covered in that deeplearning.ai course. And for the experienced people, think about your current workflow where you could build some multi-agent collaboration that could add value. So what this is how you can actually start building your own agents, by just thinking, okay, like which repetitive task you guys are doing in your current company or current role that can be done by agents. So just go and use Autogen for that. And for everyone, just like for everyone, the code we built today is available, and it will be on the GitHub. I'll put the link. And we are almost at the finish. So connect with me on the LinkedIn. You can scan the QR, or even if not, then here is my LinkedIn handle. Thank you so much. I'm up for the questions. And also, like before we jump, here is the YouTube channel Power BI Club UP. And even for the certification and the for skill upskilling, you can go to the Microsoft link, this one. There you can see a lot of courses available, that even I have taken the courses from there. So you can just go there. And this is the LinkedIn.
Okay, thank you, Akirti.
Yeah.
So let's move to the question rounds. Is anyone having any question? If yes, raise your hand. We will add you one by one.
I'll just stop sharing and share one slide. Second. Okay. I guess I cannot. Oh.
So, any question for this session?
If not, we can wrap it up.
Yeah, so thank you so much for
Yeah.
this beautiful session, and it was really insightful for all of us.
Thank you so much, Naira. Thank you so much, Mohit, for having me. And thank you, audience, for listening this. And you can connect with me on LinkedIn. So thank you so much. Should I leave this? Okay.
Yeah, please. So, let's invite our next speaker, Harshvardhan.
Hello, hi everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, hi everyone, and so yeah, I like to keep it very serious because we're already live and we're already actually there. So I know let's have fun and just something new. So what's our topic for today? It's about Azure AI. Now, before that, who am I? So I'm an associate product manager at Instock, Azure developer lead, data campus expert, 7 times Microsoft certified, which includes AI engineer, data scientist, GitHub certified, Google Cloud, and founder of Devolve. In case you wish to connect with me, just scan the QR code and connect with me. Now, you can
Yeah, we can leave this
actually
page and move
subscribe.
forward with next one.
Okay, cool. So, what's our agenda for today? We are going to cover about different Azure AI services and learn more about how to use them. Now, maybe let's go and see what happened in November 2021. So, what was that particular time and what were different things that were taking place? So, during that time, we got our Azure AI suite. Now, what is Azure AI suite? It was a combination of different services provided by Azure that you could actually use to build different things. Now, I might say, okay, but what was it? So, let's explore. First thing was the ML platform, which is called Azure Machine Learning. Now, what does it offer? Let's just have a look at it. So, what you can do is go to ml.azure.com. It will ask you for Azure Machine Learning Studio workspace. You can actually create it from here if you want, or you can actually go to your portal. Let's go to the portal and create one. Oh, okay. Let me just share the entire screen. Wait a minute. Sorry, I left a mistake. Let me share the entire screen. Cool. Now, this is the Azure portal. If you haven't seen, it's the portal where you can actually create different services of cloud computing. And Azure, as you all might know, is a cloud computing platform. To create a service, it's just you need to go to create a resource. Then type in, maybe let's say I want to create machine learning studio. So I type in machine learning and you get Azure Machine Learning. Click on create and you can create a resource. And it's the same way for all other services that you want to create. Let's say storage, networking, compute, or any of the services that you are actually planning to use. Okay. Now, let's resource group. So resource group is like something I want to create. So I just type the name for now, session. Click on OK, session, South India. Let's do it. I click on review and create. Now it's getting deployed. Now, what does Azure Machine Learning Studio give you? It gives you access to thousands of things. It gives you access to how you can actually build machine learning models, deploy them. In fact, there are services like AutoML and Designer through which you can build machine learning models with low code or no code. Sounds cool, right? So this is what Machine Learning Studio gives you. I'll show you once it's deployed about what it gives you, how to use it, and then maybe you can all explore and check it out. Now, this was the first thing which was launched for the people who are into building models, who are into actually writing the Python code and then using it for different purposes, also training the data, getting the data set, checking the accuracy, and a lot of things that goes on while building a machine learning model. For those of the people, this space was built. Now, let's say when I go to resource, this is what I see. I can click on Launch Studio to actually launch it. Now, it has generative AI with prompt flow. So, let's say you want to do something like multi-round Q&A with your data, web classification, chat, or any of the generative AI stuff. Already a flow is created for you. You can actually use any one of the flow that's given out here. In fact, if you want to use any of the generative AI models, most of the open source models are present here along with OpenAI and DeepSeek models, if you want to see, like Codex, O3, and Microsoft GenAI models like Phi is also available out here. Now, if you want to do something with your own notebook, with your own compute, desired compute, which you can obviously go and manage from this particular page of manage. You can have compute instance, you can have clusters, Kubernetes cluster, attached computes, and serverless instances. Now you might say, okay, but I don't know how to code. I just know that okay, I need this particular thing. You can have the automated ML. So what is automated ML? It's like, let's say you know the problem, you know how to do it, but you don't know exactly what needs to be done. For that, you have automated ML. It you give the data, you write that okay, I want to do this, I want this kind of accuracy, and these are the models I want to try. It will do it for you, and you will get to know which model was best. No line of code to be written. Next is designer, which uses drag and drop to actually use pre-built components. So suppose you know that okay, I want to, let's say, create a working flow which has things like I don't. So suppose it's more of like, let's say you know that okay, I want to first get the data, then clean the data, normalize the data, and after that split it into two parts, send it to the model, test it, and then see how it works. All of that can be built out here using drag and drop option. In fact, we have the custom option to create your own pipelines. Prompt flow is like if you want to create some flows of prompts which work one after the another to give a particular result. And for all of this, you can obviously manage the models that you have made, the data, the jobs, pipelines, environment, model, and endpoint. Which is when you deploy the model, you can actually get the endpoint and use it like an API. Now, I want all of you to go and test it out, see if you face any issue, reach out to me on LinkedIn. But for now, since our topic and agenda was more of AI, let's go into AI now. So we have customizable AI models. Now, what do I mean? So suppose you want to work with vision, speech, language, decision. You have all of it present out here. In fact, if you have particular use case scenario like you want to do form recognition, you want to add video indexing, you want to have let's say bot service, you want to have face recognition, you want to have someone who can advise you on the cost of billing, if you want to create your own immersive reader, all of it can be done using Azure AI. Now, how to find it out? We will explore, or let's explore it. So there's a space called Azure Foundry, which you can get at ai.azure.com. Cool. So this is ai.azure.com. Over here you gain the model catalog to choose from different LLM models. This would be the same models that you saw previously in ML Studio over here in model catalog. It's just that over here you can use it for the purpose of, let's say, integrating with your prompt flow. And over here it's more of if you want to use it separately or like an API, you can actually use it. Now, it also has things like chat. So let's say you want to do anything with is like a chatbot and you just want to write it and deploy, you can do it. You just have to create a deployment. So if I click on from base model and then choose a model, and then I can actually work upon it. Similarly, you have assistant. If you want to create your own AI agent assistant, you can actually do it from here. Video similarly is there for video purposes and then audio for audio purposes. Let's check out one. Sorry. Yeah, so there's the audio playground. Now let's say I want to uh, see how it works. So I have written something. Cool. So I have this document which has a system instruction written on it. Now, what does the system instruction say? It says that I need to act like a sarcastic person who is witty and all of that stuff. Now, what is a system instruction? System instruction is when you tell the model how it needs to work. So, as you know, LLM is trained on a huge amount of data. If you don't tell how it needs to work, obviously it will give me a very vague response. If I ask it something, it will be in a very general tone. But if I want it in a specific manner, like over here, I want it to be sarcastic, witty, I can set the tone using system instruction, telling the system how it should work. So, instructing the system. Always remember it should have a context, how it should work, example output format, and then examples to lead. along with some important points that it should take care of. So let's copy it. Let me paste it and let me just reshare the screen so that you all can hear what it says. Give me a minute. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to showcase to you. Let me join from another space out there. Give me a minute. Okay. Um, from another one. Can you
Hello, Harshvardhan.
Okay, thank you. So now I think you'll be able to hear.
So, are you facing any issues or network or something?
No, no, no. Actually, I was in another browser and wanted to show
Okay,
them the audio playground, like how it works, how to
okay,
use it. So that's why I had to shut it.
okay, I got it. So, this interchanging won't
Yeah.
work, I guess, here because every time it's just switching you off from the
Yeah, the
speech.
interchanging works now. Oh, okay. Cool. So yeah, this is the audio playground where there's a new thing which is called real time. Now, what is real time? So let's say you have seen the Gemini which you use on your phone right now, right? Now, what happens in Gemini over here is you ask any question by tapping your power button, and over there you say something and then you interact, right? Suppose you want that same application or same thing to be there in your phone itself, or maybe in your application itself, and you want to train it based upon your needs. You can actually make it using this particular model. So let's maybe try it out first. I added this. You can choose a voice from the option available here. So let's maybe add shimmer. I can add server turn. Now, what is server turn? It's like how much I want it to actually detect and turn its radius. So I can add a padding, which is prefix before it actually starts listening. Silence duration is how much silence it should actually take before actually understanding that okay, it's the user speaking. Threshold is something like how much it should actually go about diverting from the topic, and the parameters of max response and the temperature. So let me just increase it, and the temperature over here goes from zero point 0.6 to 1.2. So it's not the usual one, it's pretty different out here because it's real time. So let's see. Hello.
Hi there, how's it going?
It's going great out here. Can you talk in Hindi?
बिल्कुल हाँ बे आपसे हिंदी में बात करके खुशी हो
ठीक है।
रही है। आप कैसे हैं?
आप क्या
क्या
माइक्रोसॉफ्ट
आप
पावर
मुझसे कुछ
बीआई के बारे में बता सकते हैं?
बिल्कुल हाँ। माइक्रोसॉफ्ट पावर बीआई एक बिजनेस एनालिटिक्स टूल है जो आपको डेटा को विजुअलाइज और साझा करने में मदद करता है। इसके माध्यम से आप अपने डेटा से इंटरैक्टिव डैशबोर्ड्स और रिपोर्ट्स बना सकते हैं। पावर बीआई आपको डेटा को कनेक्ट करने, उसे ट्रांसफॉर्म करने और उसका विश्लेषण करने की सुविधा भी देता है। ये टूल बिजनेस फैसिलिटेट्स को तेजी से डेटा ड्रिवन निर्णय लेने में सहायता करता है। आपको और कुछ जानना है पावर बीआई के बारे में?
Uh, क्या आप
अगर आपके मन में कोई और सवाल है या आप किसी आपका सवाल क्या है, कृपया।
so you saw you can actually interact in any fashion. You can talk in any language, and it's very smooth, right? So this is the power which you will be getting when you integrate it with your applications. How to integrate? Let me show you the link. So um, Azure GPT for real time Microsoft Learn. So you get the Python code over here. You can just click on Python and get the complete code of how to use it along with comments. So let me just see, and yeah, this is the QR code. You can actually scan this QR code and get to this particular page. Cool, awesome. Now let's quickly go to other AI services that we have. So we have images, we have completions, where it completes the text that you have. I need to create a deployment for it, obviously, which I believe that I want all of you to do it since we are running short of time also. So you can do all of this out here. Now, where to check the quote and the deployments, you can go to the quota option and see how much quota is left for you. Along with, you can actually have the guardrails out here so that you understand that, okay, it's only you that who is using it and it's no one else. Along with, you can add protection for the whole AI services. Like it might happen that things are not going in your favor, or it's let's say people are trying to harm your prompt and get it done different things out there instead of the things that you mentioned. I think I'm facing some network issue, so let's just go to the next one. Cool. Now let's go over here. So we saw all of this. Now for business users, we have all of the Power BI, which is a great tool, as we saw it saying, for data analytics purpose, understanding reports, creating stuff out there. It's a master tool for data analytics. And we are here at the Power BI birthday celebration also. Power Apps is one more thing in the Power Suite, which is allowing you to create different cool applications which are there, which you can actually just create using drag and drop. Similarly, Power Automate and Power Virtual Agents, if you want to do anything which is automatic, you don't want to actually go and then change things, modify things again and again. You can do all of it out there. Last but not the least, we have all of these applications. Now, why is it also hyped? Because it's a trend and have like you have seen industrial evolution. Similarly, things are changing out here also. And the graph of AI looks pretty amazing. Like first a chatbot which was simulating a psychiatrist was born. Go and check out Elisa if you haven't yet any day. It was pretty simple model, but it was amazing. Then we had new statistical models, and now we have ChatGPT and GenAI models out there. So we saw all of this. I will be sharing the PPT so you can actually go out and see how it works, the LLM models. Let me show to you something which is the Azure AI Studio, like the OpenAI services. Now, let me just see if I have a deployment. So let's go to create a resource. Now let's type AI services. You can see this Azure AI services. Click on create Azure AI services.
Or maybe let's show you the foundry itself. So let's go to this and type AI foundry. You can see Azure AI foundry. Click on it, click on create, and let's create a foundry and see. I choose the same resource group session. I just name it session also. Region, let's keep it East US for now. Click on next, next. You can see it says validation failed. You can click on view error details. Okay, the session domain is already there. So for that, I can just go to the basics tab again. So every time the name should be unique and should not be the same out there. For that, what you need to is actually choose a different name. So let's maybe give session power PA. And then again, let's check it out. Okay, special characters not allowed. Now let's see. Cool. Now let's see if it passes the validation or not. Okay, passes the validation. Now let's click on review and submit to see. Let me share the link to the Power BI one also with all of you until it's getting deployed. So I've shared the link in the chat. You can have a look at it. Okay, it's getting deployed for now. Till the time it's getting deployed, let me show you something. Okay, so we saw this complete suit out there, and we saw also how things work. Now you might say, okay, but when should we actually use this LLM models? You should only use when you need a general purpose model that can handle multiple tasks. So it's like if you want something which can do, let's say, uh, which can understand your content, translate it, get the particular things from out there, and then tell you the summary of it. Multiple tasks, and it's a general thing. Then use the open LLM models. Similarly, if you want to generate a human like content while having data privacy and security, then go for the LLM models. Or if you want to do rapid prototyping, you want to have just a model which is done using little or no training, like you don't want to give cost on training data, do it. If you're just exploring solutions, just go for the open LLM models. So now you know that, okay, for all of this you can go for the Azure OpenAI models or Gemini models or any other models that you have. And similarly, if you have a particular use case, let's say I have this particular use case, then you can go for the Azure AI cognitive services, which I'll be showing to you right now. I think it's deployed. Let's check it out. Yeah. So if you go to resource, then go to Azure AI Foundry portal. You might say, okay, this looks like the same space, but it will have different thing because it's created for the AI services purpose. Let it just load. Yeah. So you can see it has agents, fine tuning, context understanding. So let's say I go to playground and you can see it has a lot of things. You want to do anything with video, images, audio, speech, translator, anything, you can get it out from here. So let's say if I want to do something, let's say with um, language, I can go to the language studio and you can see it has sentiment analysis, it has language detection, health information extraction, PII, summarize information, summarize from call center, and all of it out there. Let's say I take a sample from here, which is a customer saying that, okay, I have this issue and finally it's getting resolved by the agent. Now, if I just run it, it will give me the complete recap, what was the issue, whether it's related to of the details that happen during a call center, and similarly you can integrate in an application or let's say a logistic application that you are building. Sounds pretty cool, right? It has a lot of things, so I won't be going through all. I want you to actually go and you can see that okay, it gave me a recap that the customer contacted the agent with complaints and this was the thing, the resolution was done, the issue had this in bullet points. Now let's say I want to use it. What can I do? You can click on view code, see the code in different languages. Based upon your language, choose one and then understand the code and use it directly. So it saves you time, it saves you cost, it saves you scalability issues, and you can just directly use it if you have the idea. And it's not just limited to language, it has chat, assistant, audio, video, image, speech, translator, and all of it together. And there's one new thing which is in preview right now, but you can explore is content understanding. Now, if you want to understand the content, if you want to have the Q&A and all of that stuff, you can do it. Okay, since I have not created in any of this region where it's supported, it's not available, but you can obviously create one in this region and use it out. Now, if you want to do anything with evaluation, understand how your model is working, or check the governance policies for all of it, you can actually do so. You just need to prepare the whole thing and get it checked out there. It's best when you want to give some benchmark or you want to give some safety checks to your clients in case you are doing it for freelancing jobs. Now, make sure that you don't go for LLM in these scenarios. You can go for any of this suite out there and it will help you out with a very low cost solution. Now, make sure that you use AI responsibly and don't be like over here, like oh, I see his face and you get afraid of it. AI is not there to take your jobs, it's just there to assist you. It does not have intelligent, it's not deterministic, and it's not grounded. And it cannot understand language or maths. Like it does maths right now, but uh, it does not have emotions. So make sure that you have emotions and you utilize it. Now, the last part of today's session is how to mitigate hallucinations when you're using AI services or LLM models. Make sure that you are effective with prompt engineering. If you are having doubts of how to use, you can ping me on LinkedIn and I can assist you with that. You can provide valid data sources. Obviously, check it first and then use it. Always ask for citations in case it's a very important stuff that you're using it for. You can tweak parameters like temperature, which is used for creativity purposes, max length, how much should the response length, and then filter the content according to your needs. Like you can add some checks after the content is generated. Also in system instruction, you can use it. Now here's a complete path in case you are planning to go for Azure API, OpenAI services and trying it out. Just maybe take a screenshot and try it out. I'll also be sharing the PPT so you can just go and see it from there. Or you can just go to aka.ms slash aoai slash learn. So, yes, this was it. Thank you for attending. Let me know in case you have any questions. Would be happy to help you out, and you can get your event badge from here.
So, anyone has any question for the speaker?
Cool. I feel there's no question. And in case you have any, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn also. I'll be more than happy to help. Thank you all for joining in, and thank you, Mohit and Nail, for organizing it so well.
Okay. So, thank you for joining us. And we really liked your session. And it was really inspiring one. So, we have one of our outreach partner joining us on stage. Meanwhile, I am sharing the QR code for the certificate with you all. And if you do not have any screenshot, you can just screenshot this session page and upload it there. Apart from that, if you have any questions regarding any speaker or sessions, or if you have any requests for further sessions, like you want to request session on some specific topic, you can always DM us on Meetup. So before concluding this session, we have option for attendees if they want to join us live. Please raise your hand if you want to join the live. Shivansh, do you want to join live? Okay, Bhumika, you can join us. All certificates will be issued by tomorrow evening or night. So I hope that we can end this session. Thank you so much all for joining us. And if you have any further questions for us, you can always ping us on Meetup. Thank you.